What if the very fabric of our beloved Bears roster is about to unravel? Could an unforeseen trade shake the foundation of what we thought we knew about our team's future? As whispers drift through the windy city streets, there's a storm gathering one. That could either breathe new life into the Bears or plunge us deeper into turmoil. Hit that like button, subscribe for every earth-shattering twist, and tell us, are you ready to embrace the chaos as we stand on the brink of something monumental for our Chicago Bears? With the 2025 NFL season on the horizon and a history that's weighed heavy on our shoulders, we find ourselves caught in the crosshairs of speculation and hope. The air is thick with uncertainty, with inside sources hinting at a trade that could flip the script for Chicago as we know it. Forget the surface-level chatter. We're talking about seismic shifts that could rock Hollis Hall to its core. The name, echoing through the locker room? Cole Kmet, the tight end who has been both a shining beacon and a point of contention for the Bears faithful. Now, before you jump to conclusions, let's unpack what the analysts are saying. According to insights from For the Wind's Corey Woodruff, there's a compelling narrative unfolding, a potential trade that sees Kmet shipped off to the Los Angeles Chargers in a deal that feels almost cinematic in its intensity. Yes, you heard that right. With the Bears pulling the trigger on Michigan's Colston Loveland in the first round, it sets the stage for a tight end showdown that could pave the way for Kmet's departure. We're talking about a raw deal, a sixth-round pick heading out the door alongside Kmet for a fourth-round pick coming back in. The very notion sends a shockwave through the fan base. And let's be real, you can almost hear the voices of our legends names like Peyton, Ehrlicher, and Hester whispering from the past, urging us to reconsider every move. A 26-year-old tight end like Kmet, coming off a solid season 47 receptions for 474 yards and 4 touchdowns, now faces an uncertain fate as the Bears look to shake things up. But let's pause for a moment and reflect on this. What does it mean to part ways with a player who could very well be on the verge of finding his full potential? The Chargers, ripe with opportunity, could transform Kmet into a star, ready to shine in Greg Roman's offense. But for us, for the Bears, we risk not just losing a player, but possibly losing a piece of our identity. What happens if this trade goes through? On one hand, you've got Loveland emerging as the new cornerstone for the offense, perhaps bringing a fresh start to the Bears' passing game and fueling our hopes for a return to glory. But on the other hand, we face the terrifying potential of Kmet blossoming elsewhere, while we're left wondering, wishing, and praying for what could have been. The stakes are high as we grapple with the emotional weight of this speculation, because, as every true Bears fan knows, we've been burned before. Remember when we let go of dynamic pieces only to see them flourish in rival jerseys? It's a haunting thought, a chilling echo of our bitter past. What if Kmet becomes an all-pro 4? The Chargers, while we're left with the uncertainty of Loveland navigating the pressure of the big league? Every passing moment adds to the tension. Every rumor intensifies the spotlight on Hollis Hall. The thought of a farewell to Kmet sends chills down our spines. Will we look back in 2 years and ask why we let a potential superstar slip through our grasp? Or will the Bears front office finally hit the jackpot we've been starving for? The only thing we know right now is that the clock is ticking. As we brace ourselves for the decisions that lie ahead, one truth remains clear: this offseason could define our future, shape our legacy, or send us spiraling back into the depths of despair if we're not careful. And here's where the haunting part lies: our journey isn't over yet. This trade rumor is just the beginning. Strap in, Bears fans, because the next chapter is on the horizon, and you're not going to want to miss a second of it. Part 2 is coming, and it's going to be a wild ride. Bears fans, you've got to brace yourselves. This is not just another season. This is our legacy on the brink of a roaring revival or a cascading catastrophe. It's like standing on the edge of the lake, the icy wind slicing through your coat as you remember the bone-crunching tackles of Singletary, the spectacular end-zone dances of Hester, and the heart-wrenching close calls of 85 and 06. Journey has been riddled with failures, heartaches, and the hope that flickers like a distant streetlight on a foggy Chicago night. But this time, the echoes of those glorious moments challenge our present reality. Have we been stuck in the shadow of our history, or are we finally prepared to step into the light? Imagine if that's right. Just imagine if the rumors swirling around Hollis Hall about a game-breaking playmaker or the return of defensive passion are more than just social media chatter, but a sign of something greater brewing beneath the surface of our intense fandom. What if our beloved Bears, after years of anguish and near misses, discover their true potential, fueled by the undying spirit of the fans who have packed Soldier Field through every storm? This team, filled with young talent ready to break free from old chains, could unleash an offensive scheme that brings us the thrill we've been longing for, breaking barriers that even the ghosts of past failures couldn't haunt. Now, picture the locker room, the energy, the tension, young stars fired up, feeling the weight of 85 on their shoulders, and the elders whispering tales of resilience. They're looking at the Packers, the Vikings, and the Lions, feeling that animosity simmering like a pot about to boil over. The rival teams, eyeing this metamorphosis, are not just preparing for games. They're strategizing around a rebirth of a franchise that's been dormant for too long. Imagine if we finally build a defense that echoes Urlacher's ferocity, striking fear in rival quarterbacks and snapping us out of this spiral of mediocrity into a world of competitiveness. But then, what happens if the coaching choices falter? If the young quarterback unravels under the pressure, as all those swirling doubts crash into him like December's unforgiving winds? You remember the desperation of 2010 and the epic failures of 2018, the feeling that each flickering moment of hope dimmed the next time the clock hit 2 minutes and the Bears were within striking distance, only to have it all slip through our fingers in a bitter symphony of disbelief that echoed off those cold, hard seats. You can feel the doubt creeping in, haunting each breath we take as Bears fans. This is not simply about X's and O's. It's about our spirit, our identity as Chicagoans forged in the fire of grit and determination. We wear our pride like a shield, but could that pride blind us to the harsh reality? The crossroads of fate loom large, the whispers of optimism intertwined with the stark reality of our history. Will we usher in a new era, defined by fearlessness and loyalty? Or will we once again fall victim to the haunting echo of double doinks and fourth-quarter collapses? Are we truly ready to claim this resurgence, or are we destined to suffer through another bitter chapter? The stakes have never been higher. Will the fire inside us ignite a new saga, or will we be left dazed and confused, gasping for the air that was once filled with Chicago triumph? As we sit in this bar, a storm of emotions brews, and every drink served, every tale shared, only sharpens the question that burns through us all like the bright flame of a first down against the odds. Can we rally together once more, or has the ghost of glory passed us by?